Hello folks, welcome to Xerion Dataflow Automation. In this video I'm going to show some new updates that have happened to or inside of our 2.17 release. Um, so a couple things you're going to notice off the bat here. The first thing is when you're working on any of your connection or any of your actions under databases, so SQL Server, as well as HTTP post and HTTP request. You're going to see that they are now utilizing the newer UI structure that we put in place. So we'll call this like a new SQL Server action, and we can choose our existing connections from here. And you're going to notice that again the commands here are following the new user interface. On the right hand side you're going to see different steps that you're going to be taking. So before you had your condition or filter up on the top here, that's going to be moved down here in a more logical flow. So if we're adding a single row, we're going to begin typing in the name of the table we'd like, and it's going to load our data and our field mapping here as before. Now if we keep scrolling down here, we're going to see something new under filter. So if I want to set up a filter, I can simply select the filter option, and then I'm going to have two options here. We're going to have a simple and advanced. So the simple filter, we could say, if channel name is equal to 1, 2, 3, then we're going to add that condition. And we actually allow for multiple conditions to be added here. So if you want to add a second condition here, you can choose if it's an and or an or condition, or modify existing conditions. Same thing with event. So inside of event, when you turn this on, we've actually consolidated the event into just a single event. So instead of a pass or fail event, we're going to just send it to one event, and then from there you can modify the data if it is a pass or a fail. So inside of the simple event, we'll give it a name here. So I'm going to call this my new event. I'm going to hit create new event. And inside of the simple event, here's the standard fields that you'd like. Now most important things are typically going to be the response and the error message. We also have added that you can get the headers from the response. So a lot of times the headers are important, especially using with the iForm action, because you can see the iForm number of records or rows that are pulled in your request. Or you can go to the advanced and, as you've done before, specify custom JavaScript. So we're going to just turn off the event here and turn off the filter, and we're going to save our action. You're going to see that same thing happening for SQL Server, or sorry, for HTTP post. And there's actually a new action that we've added called HTTP request. Now what this does is it actually supports your typical post request as before, but it does support three more. We have a get, a put, and a delete. So this is similar to the operations you can do here. Now the get requests are going to be very helpful in terms of getting data from another source and pulling it into the system. So again, we'll go over that a little more in another video. But you're going to see this is following that same flow. If I want to move down to event or back up to name it, you're going to see this on the right hand side. And then if we actually hop over into connections, as part of the HTTP request action I showed, you actually are able to make a connection to a specific system. So in this, I'll create a new connection, and I'll call this my OAuth connection. And inside of here, we can select the type of connection. You're going to see a new one called OAuth 2. Now I'm not going to go through it here. We have some other videos that'll demonstrate this, but basically this is supporting the OAuth 2 framework. So any third-party system out there that supports OAuth 2 should be supported in here. So you'll supply a client ID, a secret, authorization, token endpoint, scope may be optional. And this is going to allow you to jump over to the system, let's say it's Google Spreadsheets or Salesforce, and enter your Salesforce username and password to authenticate and use Salesforce within the system. So again, very powerful, a lot of potential using this application or this new connection here. So again, stay tuned for these updates here coming soon, and we will be working through all of the other connections or all of the other actions here shortly, such as Xerion Report and Xerion Documents as well.